from the heart of Dubai, where tomorrow is being built today, to the world. Welcome to the CTO Show with Mehmet. Here, we redefine technology and reimagine possibilities. With Mehmet, delve into the riveting realms of AI, cybersecurity, and digital technology. Experience the thrilling highs and lows of startups. Immerse yourself in the spirit of entrepreneurship and witness the future of business innovation being written in real time. Now, without further ado, let's tune in and explore the future.
Hello and welcome back to an episode of the CTO Show with Mehmet. Today, I'm very pleased joining me, Nadav Boaz. Nadav, the way I love to, introduce people is to keep it to them, because I believe no one can introduce someone else better than themselves. So feel free to tell us more about you, your background, your journey, and what you're currently up to. And, just as a teaser for the audience, like cool stuff we're going to talk about, like AI products, launching products in the AI era. So the floor is yours, Nadav.
Thank you very much, Mehmet, and great being here. My name is Nadav Boaz. I'm originally from Israel. Some people would say that I'm a digital nomad, but I don't really like this definition. I live in Colombia these days, and I'm moving to Miami very soon. I've been developing products for the last 10 years, from anywhere from a dating company to a nutrition company, real estate, algo trading, forex, crypto, and AI, technological products. I also have a few marketing companies. So I really did a lot in the last few years. I had a lot of failures, or it depends what's your definition of failure, but a lot of unsuccessful products that I've launched in the last 10 years, and I've learned so much from that. This year at least, I manage two main companies. One is called Primatica, which is a cold email marketing company, and the other is called VoiceDrop, which is a ringless voicemail software that allows people to market, send audio messages powered by AI, basically a clones of their voices directly to people's voicemails, which I know it sounds a bit weird. That's a very niche industry, but it's a really cool marketing product. So that's what I do these days.
Cool. And again, thank you, Nadav, for being here with me on the show. Like trying to, to see how I can where to start with. So probably let's start from the technology side and talk a little bit about, AI, especially from, launching products. So you said like you've built a lot of products and you've been in different industries. The point that I want to start with, Nadav, with you is how much easier or how much like more challenging AI made launching something new now. And of course, I'm gonna leave it to you, and then maybe I would have some follow-up questions based on that.
Yeah, of course. So AI is, you could say, is an amplifier. It made things much easier, but it made them easier for everyone. So um, you can do things, you can launch products, you can build things so much quicker today with AI. My developers today, they do work of like 4 people are doing work of 20 people 10 years ago. And I believe that in 1 year from now, they'll be able to do work of 50 people. I'm not a developer myself, but I'm you could say the architect. I know how to plan things. The thing many people are missing is that AI made everything easier, but it made it easier for everyone. So you don't have any competitive edge over other companies or other startups. You have a competitive edge over the market and over yourself, because you can just launch a product and bring value to the market so much faster. You have today APIs for everything, to clone a voice, to do everything with text. And in general, I remember in my first company, me and my partner just sat for days to write all of our agreements and terms of service and literally word by word, and had to send it to a lawyer to review it. And today, I just go to AI, hey, send me an agreement for this company. That's what we do. This is the main points. Okay, now make sure you include my company name, and 5 minutes you have that. So everything became so much faster, so fast that you can test products uh, before even forming a formal company. So that's what I believe today. The AI brought to us. It made things just so much easier and faster.
Now, just on that point, and yeah, of course, from development perspective, it makes things faster. I would say more streamlined. Like probably you can ship more features also fast. But you mentioned something very interesting and important, Nadav, and this is every startup that comes up, part of what they have to do that for themselves, and part of what they have to tell you know their prospects, possible customers, and even if they decide to go and raise money, like this is our competitive advantage, right?
Yeah.
um Fine. Now, how do you think still we can somehow show competitive advantage? Probably maybe not as technology itself, not as an idea, but do you think there must be something still that would make startup A perform that better than startup B, and then go and talk about it? So probably it's not the features, because I think that people, they can go and clone this feature very very quick, right? So what do you think will still be the differentiation between all these startups that kind of pop up, especially now with the age of AI agents and everything that's happening?
So the direct answer, as far as I see it, is market cap. The person or the company that's able to capture a larger market cap will lead. The technology got less and less meaning. I just had a meeting yesterday with a good friend of mine. He's forming a new startup, and he told me, yeah, we are now developing our own AI model. And instead of using ChatGPT, and I asked him, why would you do that? Told me, oh, because at some point we would want to go to investors, and we want to tell them that we have our own IP, and we don't want to base it on anything. And I told him that's a horrible idea, because AI, these companies, they're pouring billions of dollars, and they keep improving in an exponential rate. Every week you have something new. You want to compete with them? You want to build your own? Why would you do that? Pay them 2 cents per 1 million tokens, and use them, and keep using the newest technology, and you focus on getting new clients. That's what matters. You can have the best technology ever, but if you don't have the market cap, it doesn't matter. No one will invest in you. And if you have a good market cap, people will invest in you. You can always say, yeah, that's in our plan. That's in our pipeline to build our own AI model. But the focus today should be on acquiring clients. It always has been, but today it's more than ever, as far as I see it.
Cool. Now, going, and I want to discuss like the two uh, companies that you're managing currently. So you mentioned about the voice drop company, right? So, and you
Yeah.
mentioned it's a niche, and it's interesting niche. Now again, uh, dropping, cloning your voice and putting that um from a probably someone who could be kind of uh, I would say like not much into accepting AI. How you manage to keep this balance between a human led interaction, and of course, even if it's my voice, but it's kind of an automated AI generated. So how did you find this balance, and how customers accepted this
Mhm.
in your niche?
So I believe that human-led interaction is dead, and I think people begin to understand it more and more. But that's it. Companies, banks, they've been using IVRs, automatic systems to direct your call for years, and instead of having an agent to answer you. And that's been going on for 10, 15 years already. no one already expects to talk with a real human being when they call someone. So the next step, obviously, is to have an actual AI agent that's smart and is able to understand you and talk with you. That's the next level. Um, my clients, they are very, it looks like they expected it. Like people expect this technology to already exist. Um, and no one really complains about that because, yeah, we just live in the era where AI is able to do interactions for us. We just implemented a new feature where actually all the callbacks, anyone that heard your voicemail and is calling back, can actually talk with an AI agent with your voice, and you can train this AI agent to know everything about your company, and then he can qualify this lead. So you can tell the AI agent, I need answer for these 5 questions. And then you have all these answers in a Google Sheet organized, and you can call the people in your own time after you know who is qualified and who is not. So that's something the market is very, very ready for. Everyone are just I opened a closed beta for that recently, and anyone of my clients just told me, how do I pay you? How tell me where to put my credit card. I want to use that. Um
Wow.
that's just where we are.
That's super cool. Now you said something for some people. I know it's gonna be like controversial, right? So about no one want to deal with the humans. Now,
Yeah.
uh, so can we say some of these sales roles would be completely passed to the AI in the future? And I will tell you why I'm asking you.
All right.
Do you think this is the way?
Yeah, so I honestly believe that it will go. It's not there yet, but we will reach there for sure. AI is not yet smart or sharp enough to handle all of the rejections and complications of a sales call. It can mainly ask questions or provide information, but give it another year, and I think it could definitely replace salespeople on the low tier, and in 2 years on the high tier also.
The reason I ask you this because I always refer back to that. Still, even ChatGPT wasn't there. So that I'm talking, I think 2017. Yeah, so almost 8 years ago, right? Um, I was just sensing, what's happening in the market, and at that time, I wrote an article, very short article, about robots. At that time, I didn't call it like model or something like this. So I call it like the robot selling to the robot, and
Hmm.
who gonna win? So looks like we are heading to this direction. And I think the role as a human is okay, we're gonna tell the first AI, hey, these are my requirements. Go out there and if someone pitch you, you pick based on these criterias, right? And then you go and interact. It will be funny to hear how the two AIs will be speaking to each others. Like this is but what do you think, and I'm asking you this because it came to my mind and we start to see real successes in having this conversation with AI. Everyone by now, I believe, they know about Bordy and the super connector, right?
Hmm.
So, do you see, we are starting to accept, this on a larger scale beyond only sales? Because what Bordy does, it's act as a super connector that you just talk to it like for short time. It understands like what are your goals, what you're trying to achieve, and find people. So if I take and build on that, so do you see this voice interaction mainly with AI going like beyond just pitching sales? Where do you see things heading?
Yeah, so I personally believe it will go to every aspect, everywhere where there is an interaction, even emails, WhatsApp, SMS, support live agents in calls or in text. It will go to everywhere. And it's interesting that you mentioned, AI, talking with AI, because it already happens to some degree. I have, for example, I had a client that was just using AI to write me emails, and he was writing these bloated, long email threads, and obviously you could see immediately he was using AI. So I would give it to my AI to summarize it for me. So that's already AI talking with AI. And I remember I read an article about this company that did a study, and they let two AIs talk with each other and improve the communication between them. And after a week, they start communicating with dots. They stopped, like hello, 5 dots, and yes, 10 dots, something like this. And they basically formed their own language. It was just so much more efficient than human language. The researchers, they had no idea what they're talking about, but they were able to transfer messages from one side to the other and to get the information through. So I think it goes there. I know that Google has launched their own AI that is able to talk, reserve pizza or appointments in the bank and stuff like this for you. Um, so and soon where these banks and pizza places, they will have their own AI. Yeah, we're talking about robots talking with robots, and humans are just giving them the overhead directions.
Yeah, that's yeah, what an exciting time to be alive. I always repeat this because
Yeah.
we're seeing things that not so long ago, I would say just before ChatGPT, we would never, think that we can reach there. Now, I want to, before I ask you about, your next company, Nadav, again, from your experience building products and all this, um, what's the, do you think now the secret sauce for not only launching? So now getting the ideas, putting things, getting the code to work and all this, it's becoming easier, engineering becoming easier, but the customer acquisition, I mean, getting as much as clients, achieving certain, let's put it MRR, ARR, whatever you want to call it, faster, what gonna, drive this to succeed? And you did a lot of this also, if you want to share about your experience.
Yeah, I'll be happy to. So for first of all, what will drive people to succeed in these aspects is understanding their market. You must have good product market fit, and that's the most important thing today. Not to build anything before you have market validation, because it's so simple to build things today. I'm not investing these days one single minute of my time of building a product that I don't have any market validation. Now, how do you get market validation? You can create a landing page with a beta, that's the closed beta, sign up if you'd like access, and then try to market this page. You can find some large company, try to get them to pay you to build some integration for them, or to build these products for them, but keep the rights to turn it into a SaaS yourself. There are many ways to get market validation, but and every product got its own way. It could be marketing it in recruiting sites. It could be going to Telegram chats. It could be using Facebook or Google. It could, and you need to understand your market and be able to bring traffic and get people to say, I'm willing to pay for it. And ideally, actually pay for that. You can always return people their money. You cannot return your own time of building something that no one wants. And I did it more than once. No one will pay me back for my time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, validation is very key, and it's important to understand if there is a demand, and you can. And I think also, honestly, what I started to see, like, it's becoming easier, even at least to sense what the market kind of need. Of course, we used to do it, traditionally, talking to people, going and, as much as possible, understand from the market what they are complaining about in existing solutions and so on. But now with the deep research and, all these stuff, so I tried a couple of times, like even on the free tiers of these tools, right? So it goes and try to find what's trending in Reddit, and it tries to go and see, like, and these things are becoming much easier. So just you need to, I would say, to find, the right niche. Now tell me more, Nadav, about your other company, what it does exactly, and again, what's the niche you are in there?
Sure. So my other company is called Primatica. What we do there, we started as a cold email marketing agency. And today we do that, but we mainly just do the technical setup to companies. Now, what is cold emails? For people that doesn't know, that cold emails is basically finding people that never reached you, never talked with you. It's completely cold, scraping their data and creating email templates and sending them emails, offering them my product, your products, whatever offer I want to give them. Now, it's extremely complex to do it right. Almost everyone tried to do cold emails at some point. Now, doing it right, that's hard. But if you do it right, that's the most cost-effective growth engine any company can have, because you can send tens of thousands of emails a month for a few hundreds of dollars, and you get immediate validation. You get immediate feedback. What we do in Primatica these days, we mainly do the technical setup. We don't even charge for that, because we are Google resellers. We get our profits from other directions, and some clients, they want us to write their email, their copyright, their copy, generate the data for them. Some wants us to do the full management service that we are very selective on who we do it with. And this is of course, we do for additional charge, but if anyone wants us to just uh, create their infrastructure, we are happy to do it for free. We believe that cold emails is a very strong tool, and we don't want people to just do spammy things. So we see that a good thing that we help companies do it right. That's what they do in Primatica.
What about the AI piece in there? Because I was checking the website and I've seen like now there's a new generation of tools that kind of, again, same of what you did with the voice messages, that can also actually, you can put an SDR into an AI kind of agent. So tell me how that is different. Are you also using AI there? What was, because I know Prematica, you started before also, like all this hype went out. So tell me more about how you're leveraging the AI, and if not today, maybe something that you can share about that.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I always forget about that because it's already such a buzzword. We use AI, so even in sales calls, they don't even mention that. Um, we use AI in a few different aspects in Pragmatica. First is when we scrape the data, we enrich the data with AI. So basically, we take now a list of 10,000 people, and based on the information we have on them, we add additional points that would make sense. For example, what kind of offer we could probably offer to this person. If it's a marketing manager in a construction company, or if it's a CTO in a technological company, different offers, different people. We go to the website, we take the content, we run it through our AI engine, and we enrich the data. What we do after, we also use it to write the email templates. In some cases, we do 100% AI email templates that they are 100% new every time. In other cases, we just customize some portions. We do kind of AI variables. Now, in Pragmatica, as you mentioned, yeah, we were really pioneers, I would say, with AI. In 2020, we tried to implement GPT-2. It wasn't ChatGPT back then. It was just OpenAI GPT-2, and we tried to use it to write email templates because we had hundreds of clients and we had a team of 10 copywriters working full time. So we said, all right, if we can automate it in some way, it will worth a fortune for us. Unfortunately, GPT-2 was really bad. We couldn't get anything of value. It was just a collection of random words. Sometimes there is a relationship between two or three words, but definitely not between sentences. And we couldn't really get it to write something of value. So we scraped that and we came back to the AI at early 2023 or late 2022, if I'm not mistaken. With GPT-3, it was before ChatGPT, but GPT-3 already was able to produce valuable content.
Yeah, I remember seeing a lot of tools, copywriting tools, which were leveraging GPT-2. They were, and this
Yeah,
is
I got
why
them there.
yeah, I was, the first time, I think it was like less than 48 hours after, they opened the chat GPT. I was like, so usually I'm optimistic, I'm excited. I was saying, okay, yet another tool. Okay, let's see. Yeah, but of course, like started to interact. Oh, okay, now we're talking something different. It looks like okay, they finally enhanced, because every single AI tool, I mean, copywriting tool or content generation tool, I used to. They use all of them. They use GPT-2 or something similar at that time. So they were like they suck, right?
They
Simply,
suck.
yeah. Yeah, so you see all the hallucination, the it was very obvious at that time, but yeah, chat gpt changed this forever. Now I gotta shift gears a little bit and ask you about something which is interesting. Now you do multiple things at the same time, and I know, like, you have your framework, I would say, um, for launching the products and like validating the market. You just mentioned this. Now you must have also some mental framework for tackling things that happen to the business, right? Because, and not only one, you talk about like multiple businesses like you are managing at the same time. So what's your kind of framework, or whatever you want to call it, for taking decisions fast, especially with a growing business?
So I would say it's a lot about personality. Most of my friends are business owners, and you see there, many of them are got much larger companies than mine, but they're in complete chaos 24/7. And me, no matter how big or small my company is, I'm always organized. So it's not about character. Uh, for me, I just make sure I kind of predict things. I know what will cause issues. I immediately identify if something takes too much of my time, and then I hire someone to handle it, or I automate it with AI or some tools with some code with code, or just eliminate it from my day. So that's how I approach the day-to-day things. Now about fires, unplanned things. This because I'm able to just have a lot of free time because I'm pretty organized. When these urgent things comes up, I'm just able to handle them. Um, the way I do that usually is just like I don't have a specific methodology. You will see I have just my own notepad that I just write every day what I need to do, and I remove things from there. I don't even use a task management software for myself. Um, so yeah, that's honestly that's pretty much the way I approach that.
Yeah, that's yeah, I think this also experience plays a role, Nadav, also as well. Yeah, you mentioned personality, but I can see, and not only with you, and I've seen it with other people. So, and I was talking the other day to one of my friends, and he was telling me like how he compares his leadership style, for example, maybe 10 years ago and today. And how, for example, he used to panic for even like smaller things. If it's a big thing, oh my god, like it's like kind of end of the world, right? And then you start to build this, and of course personality, as you said, plays the role. And then okay, you start to be able to think more strategically. You know how to handle things, how to prioritize also, the way you want to uh, prioritize, the decisions also, if you have to do multiple ones, of course. So this is personality, in my opinion, also experience. And for you, like, I don't need to repeat what you just mentioned. Now, if I want to a little bit kind, and I know no one has crystal ball, right? So, but you must also are sensing something in the market. If we look ahead, and I don't want to tell you 5, 10 years, I would say like in the coming maybe 2 to 3 years, what are like the biggest opportunities that you're seeing, especially, of course, for the AI driven space in the startups?
The largest opportunities I would say is being able to be dynamic, because that's where what I think that SaaS companies are going to turn into is the features, the ability to build new features is going to become so fast that someone in the live chat will say, "Hey, I'm missing this feature," and then the same day we can already build it for this person. Now that means we'll have a huge inflation of SaaS companies because you'll have just more and more products that are just extremely easy to build. It will be so easy to build a product, a company. You already have, these language models that you can just tell them what you want to build and they build you dashboards or even small games and apps. It's going to become so much more drastic. Whoever the people that will win or people that will be able to form strong companies, you will always need to be able to form strong companies. Companies will always be managed by people. It's just that these people will be able to do much, much more. So, the basic business skills, they're not disappearing. They will never disappear. You still need to know how to hire, how to market, how to do sales, how to build things, how to do finance. That's not going anywhere. What is changing is that the speed that you'll be able to build new things, to penetrate new markets, and you must be dynamic. You must understand, hey, right, this market is dead. You need to be able to predict this market is going to disappear. I need to take all my clients and do a huge migration. I need to offer additional value. Otherwise, I'm not going to be here. I think that the large companies like, HubSpot, Salesforce, Slack, all these huge enterprises, they're also using SaaS products. I think in 2 years, 3 years, they're not going to use almost any service. They will have one dedicated team, internal team that will just build products for them, for the company, because it's going to be so much simpler. And same with me. Why do I need to use Slack when I can build my own Slack in my company that got exactly what I need? All the API connections, all the features, and it's on my server. It's 100% secured. And if I can build it in one day, why would I pay Slack hundreds of dollars a month or thousands? Depends on the size of my organization. And the only company that will survive are companies that are able to continue offer additional value and are very good at customer acquisition and customer retention. They're just good at managing a business. That's what I believe.
So Nadav, I can understand one thing, and I know maybe some people will not like it, but your prediction, of course. So we're gonna see a big hit on B2B SaaS businesses from what I understand from you, right?
Right. Yeah, that's an important point. It's going to be a big hit on the B2B businesses. Also the B2C, again, there it's also going to be much simpler to build, but on the B2B, it will be much, much larger because the large companies will just build their own products.
It's interesting, very, very interesting times. Because, and by the way, I started even to see it at I would say maybe attempt, hobby, whatever you want to call it, especially with these, you know, kind of the new generation of no code tools, like which are utilizing AI, like the replets, the cursors, and the lovable. And
Yeah.
it's saying, hey, like, I don't have to pay for this subscription anymore because I managed to write something similar in, I don't know, in half a day, sometime in couple of hours, even, right? So
Yeah.
it's getting interesting, very interesting. Now we're gonna see how this gonna become, manageable on a scale. Like I can imagine maybe it's if a small shop, and a shop in a sense, not a mortar bricks and mortar like shop. I'm saying like a small place, small company. So yeah, they can manage their own applications and so on. But when this will like become like on a larger scale, so this is where the fun will start. And I believe this is my own prediction. So we're gonna need like maybe an AI SaaS company to manage all these tools that were built by the AI,
Yeah.
probably. I don't know, and to make sure that everything is working as expected. It's very interesting, and this is why I'm saying, like I'm telling people, whatever you're thinking today, whatever you're doing today, like put in mind, like probably after 4 or 5 months, prepare yourself for disruption. You never know. And for the sake of transparency, today we are recording on the 19th of February, and everyone maybe have seen, and maybe I'm sure Nadav, you've seen this human, the pin, the AI smart pin that they published, they released a couple of months ago, and they decide to shut down the business, right?
Hmm.
And I think this is part of it because like they've seen not only maybe the adoption of the market, but also like probably now big players are gonna come and put something similar to this. So the Apple with the intelligence, kind of like you need something else, right? To carry another device with you. We see Tesla, they are putting, AI in the robots and all this.
Yeah.
So what I'm telling people, and feel free also to add and or comment Nadav. So what I'm seeing people lacking to do now, in addition to the validation, I'm seeing people not being able to think that, oh, like, I might be wiped out by another big player, or people might, see what is now cool obsolete, not in years now, in just a couple of months. So do you agree with me on that?
Yeah. Yeah. Like one of the most important skills for entrepreneurs these days is prediction. To be able to kind of predict the market. It's always been, but now more than ever, entrepreneurs needs to understand what's gonna be or what could happen. Because yeah, definitely now like when cars got developed for the first time, it was not a good time to get into the carts business, or horses business. Um, and yeah, so I definitely think that the market today is the most volatile it's ever been.
Right.
Anything could happen, any product could come up, anyone can become obsolete. Every job is on risk. The standard keep going higher and higher, and yeah, like, and no one knows. So that's why entrepreneurs just need to be very flexible and dynamic, because
Yeah.
if you put all your eggs in one basket, and you just invest now all your fortune and time on building one product that should solve one problem, maybe tomorrow that problem doesn't exist anymore. I mean,
So I'm believer that so Sam Altman, he speaks, or he spoke about the one man company, right? So
yeah,
now we're talking about the one man with multiple companies, maybe, or like I don't know. Like I feel like it's going this way. But after a while, and this, of course, it's a kind of a philosophical point of view for me, that yeah, still we are building products trying to solve people's problem, but somehow, like, I don't know, like they are gonna do a lot of stuff for us. Of course, not tomorrow, not maybe next year. That we will be more focused on, like, I don't know, like enjoying our times more, like having more fun outside, and being by ourselves. So if you are like someone like me who likes to be sitting in silence for a long time, I gotta enjoy this a lot and not being disrupted by a cold call or by by an email, because there's an AI that can handle that for me. Of course, the only thing I tell people, I will not give up. I need to be the human doing the podcast. So this is for sure.
for now.
Nadav, yeah, for yeah, let's see. I can clone. I know I can. I know like I can kind of clone myself, but um, it's fantastic. Also, like because you mentioned that I will go to the audio. You mentioned about Google. One thing that Google released, it's fantastic, and I did a test with it. So the Notebook LM.
Hmm.
So what I did with the Notebook LM, I took my newsletter, my weekly newsletter, put it in Notebook LM, and I released it as an episode, and it was fantastically nice. So yeah, it didn't do a hit, honestly. Like I didn't expect that, because even I posted like kind of out of my usual schedule. But yeah, like it was a nice try to do. Uh, Nadav, like we discussed a lot. So, and thank you for sharing your experience and your insights. As we're coming to an end, any final things that maybe I didn't touch on, you want to share something with the audience, and of course, where people can find out more about you and get in touch with you.
So I would say the most important thing to take care of is yourself. That's like a bit out of the technical aspects. Um, a lot of entrepreneurs or people in general, they just kill themselves And I did it for many years. And the day I started succeeding is the day that I started just feeling myself, looking at myself, making sure I'm happy, that I enjoy what I'm doing, that I have free time, that I'm taking my girlfriend to nice vacations and I'm spending time with my family. Only then I started to succeed for real, because only then I I had very natural motivation to succeed. Otherwise, just more success equals more stress, and then you have internal resistance to succeed. You kind of sabotage yourself. So that will be my tip. That's very very outside of the AI world, but it's extremely important.
And useful.
Uh, yeah,
Absolutely.
and and for anyone that wants to find me, yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn. Nadav Boaz, that's my name, or my products are called Voice Drop, Pragmatica. Just Google them, first result. I'm really happy to always help. So anyone that would reach to me, I'll be happy to help.
Great. So for the audience, you don't need to go do even the Google search. I will make the life easy. You will find all the links in the show notes. If you're listening on your favorite podcasting app, or if you're watching this on YouTube, you will find that in the description. And again, Nadav, thank you very much for sharing, your experience, your insights, and your tips also as well with us today. It was very, at least for me, it's beneficial, and I'm sure it will be the same for the audience also as well. And this is how usually I end my episode. This is for the audience. If you just discovered our podcast by luck, thank you for passing by. I hope you enjoyed. If you did so, please give us a thumb up, share it with your friends and colleagues, and subscribe. And if you are one of the people who keeps coming again and again, thank you for doing so. Thank you for being loyal to the podcast and to the show. Because of your support, your engagements, we managed for the first time since I launched the podcast 2 years ago to get in the top 200 charts in multiple countries at the same time in the same week. So this has never happened before. So this year, 2025, we're doing great. New countries also we get into that, and I'm sharing that on LinkedIn. Thank you for the audience for coming to us from there. And as I say always, thank you for tuning in. We'll be in a new episode again very soon. Thank you. Bye bye.
Hit that subscribe button, share the show with your tech-savvy friends and fellow entrepreneurs, and leave us a review on your favorite podcast app. Your support means the world to us.